Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to create an engaging environment in your classroom. And if this is something that you guys are interested in, then definitely keep watching. Alright guys, so I don't know if you've ever had a lesson where you tried your hardest, but your student is just not focusing. They just seem very uninterested, no matter what you try to say to them. And this could be for a few things. It could be either the topic that you're speaking about is just something they're not interested in, something they don't like, or it could be that they've had a long day, they're actually shutting down and they're bored and they start to lose focus in the lesson. So, I'm going to give you some tips that I use in my classroom to create this engaging environment because adults and children they need to be stimulated. Obviously children a little bit more, but some adults equally need to be stimulated. So the first thing that I would say is, now I'm going to be talking about Preppy, right? So that's the first thing. I'm not sure what any of the other platforms look like or what tools you have available on any of the other platforms. But like I said, this is everything. If you're working on Preppy, this is everything that you would have access to, okay? So first of all, I would suggest use multimedia and use authentic material as well. So incorporate some videos, some articles, some pictures, some kind of original content to your lessons that students have a little bit of a change from just sitting there looking at you and speaking to you about something. Okay, so sometimes in my lessons it depends. I might have a video on the whiteboard. It is possible to upload YouTube videos on there so that you don't have to share your screen. I will do a tutorial about that in another video. All right. But yeah, use your authentic materials, use multimedia. That is quite helpful because it's a bit of a change from just having a conversation. The other thing is try interactive tools, especially if you have a child or a student who has trouble focusing, who's always fidgeting or interrupting you when you're explaining something. On Prepply, I can open the whiteboard, for example, with kids, and I will put some kind of activity where they can use the whiteboard and write something or draw something or do some kind of exercise with me at the same time. And with adults as well, I open up the whiteboard, and if there are some exercises where they need to fill in something or do something, it is interactive and it does bring their focus into the lesson and it does engage them a lot more than if you're just sitting there and just basically lecturing. Okay, so it also depends on your student. Some students enjoy being in interactive lessons and other students don't. It puts them under pressure and they don't like it and they tend to withdraw. So for this, you really need to know your student and their personality and when is the right time to push them and when is the right time to just, stay at where you are and take it slow. So the other thing is you can also choose to do presentations with your students. So you'll ask your student in the lesson before, you'll give them a topic or you'll give them a situation, and you'll ask them to do a presentation for you for maybe 20 minutes in the next lesson. Okay, and there's many different things that you can use as a topic, and that gives the student one power to control where the lesson is going, use useful vocabulary and phrases that they've learned in the past to incorporate into this presentation and practice it. Okay, and it also helps for them to get a lot more speaking time, and you are basically just listening and pointing out any errors or any mistakes. So these kinds of lessons, these kinds of interactive lessons can really help with a student who needs a little bit more motivation and a little bit more excitement in the classroom to wake things up. But if you have students who don't like this approach, that's not a problem. You don't need to force them to do these activities unless you want to. You can explain some of the benefits of doing some of these activities with them, and this will normally convince them. But my number one tip for this video that you guys should take away is definitely start to add authentic materials to your lessons, because it gives them like it keeps them in touch with what's really happening right now, and it's things that they can use right now, things that they can learn to use right now when talking about it. I know on Preppy they have this section called daily news or weekly news. I'm not sure, I don't use it. um so you could also use that, for example, as an authentic material. It could be something current that's happening, or for example you could find an article or a video or a podcast, for example, because you want to be engaging your students skills, all four of their skills: their listening, their reading, their writing, and their speaking. So you don't want to only focus on conversation, and you don't want to only focus on reading, for example. You want to develop all of those skills to make sure that they are strong on all of those fronts. So yeah, that's basically the tips that I have for this lesson. I hope lesson for this video. I hope that they will be useful to some of you guys, and if any of you have any more tips or any more ideas, please leave them in the comments below so that all of us can benefit from that information. But otherwise, take care guys, and I will see you in the next video.